With news on the trade deficit and General Motors being offset, though, by Intel's announcement.
Another deadly day in Iraq. Police say at least 34 people died when a suicide bomber detonated himself.
But for now, let's go to the New York Stock Exchange. Mercantile Exchange will offer trading next year in U.S. home prices, according to the Associated Press. You can actually...
This morning, a government spokesman saying that the attack should put...
And looking at the NASDAQ, it's down 5 points to 2170.
Bad news, bad news. Everywhere you turn, there's bad news. In the newspapers, on television, and even on the radio. In today's rapidly changing economy, it seems as though the only thing to talk about is bad news. The country being at war, natural disasters driving people homeless, job loss at an all-time high. And the foreclosure rate continues to rise. In the midst of all this bad news, there is still good news. There is still hope. Over the next several minutes, we will share with you some of that good news. This interview video was recently recorded with the CEO of Reco Marketing, Mr. Reco McDaniel. Mr. McDaniel shares with us a great opportunity that was able to transform his life from being financially destitute to a life being financially free, and how you can make the same thing happen for your life too. In this brief session, you will discover why you must be able to see the invisible to do the impossible. Now we will go live to the interview with the CEO of Reco Marketing, Mr. Reco McDaniel.
Hello, and welcome to our website. As you know by now, my name is Reco McDaniel, and I'm excited about the opportunity I have over the next few minutes to share with you how I became my own boss and it changed my life forever, and how you could do the same thing too. A little over 5 years ago, I was a broke full-time college student going to Georgia Tech studying engineering, and I also had a full-time job working with the Georgia Power Company as a design engineer. I was making pretty good money, but I was still broke. I wonder how many of you can relate to me. Pretty much everybody, right? That's how America works. See, I watched my mom do that all her life. I watched my grandparents do that all their lives, and I knew I didn't want to do the same thing. You see, I wanted to move in the type of house that I wanted to live in. I wanted to drive all the types of cars that I wanted to drive. I wanted to take a vacation when I wanted to. I wanted to work when I wanted to. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. And that's what I believe life is all about, doing what you want to do when you want to do it. So I started doing my research on becoming an entrepreneur and how I could start my own business. And initially I looked into real estate. And I found out that, hey, I was broke, so I couldn't invest into real estate. I also went to banks trying to get a bank loan to start a traditional business. And obviously at 20 years old, I had no credit. So then I looked into the network marketing industry. And what I found out were more millionaires got credit within the network marketing industry than any industry in the history of the world. And a lot of analysts were saying that in the future of the world. So I got very excited about that. Got started on a very part-time basis because remember, I was going to school full-time and I was working full-time. So I didn't have much time. But after 6 months, my part-time income in my own business started matching what I was bringing home my full-time job. After a year, it doubled what I was bringing home my full-time job. I was able to quit my full-time job. I paid off $25,000 worth of credit card debts, and student loans became completely debt-free, and my lifestyle started to transform. I tell people I went from living in a small one-bedroom apartment with hardly no furniture. I slept on a futon. I had a black and white television that sat on the floor. I drove a 1994 Toyota Celica. My oil leaked real bad. I had holes in my seats, and my gas hand gauge was broken in my car. I couldn't tell when I had gas or when I needed gas. So I used to put $3 in it every day just to make sure I could get where I was going. To today, being blessed to live a phenomenal lifestyle. I was fortunate enough to get a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom home built on the south side of Atlanta, purchase multiple luxury cars, being able to travel the world and spend time with my family, and just do things the way that I want to do it when I want to do it. But more than all the material things that this industry has afforded me, the possession I value the most is my freedom. Freedom to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Because I believe God blesses us to be a blessing to someone else. I'm willing to show you how I changed my life so you may have the opportunity to change yours. The first step in changing your life will involve changing your mind. See, most people are so anxious to improve their situations, but yet unwilling to improve themselves. So here at Code Red Marketing, we focus on helping you change the way you think. Because if you can change the way you think, we can change the way you act. And if we change the way you act, we can change the results that you're getting in your life. So if you want to be successful, the first thing we have to do is we have to help you to think successfully. Then we can help you become successful. And then before you know it, you will be successful. I know some people are thinking, yeah, why this opportunity? There are tons of opportunities out there, but what makes this one different? And I agree, there are tons of opportunities out there. But I don't believe people are successful or not successful due to lack of opportunities, but rather lack of direction, lack of guidance, lack of knowledge, if you will. See, the reason why the poor middle class stay where they are is that they get advice and seek approval from the poor and middle class people. But the reason why the rich get richer is that they get advice from other rich people who are richer than they are. Who are you listening to? See, you must understand, you can have anything you want out of life, but there are some requirements. I believe everyone is capable of having bigger and better things and becoming a champion in their own life. In my journey to becoming a champion, I started to research different champions. Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Joe Montana, Emmitt Smith, Venus and Serena Williams, and I found one thing that all of them had in common. Each of them had a coach. Someone to refine their skills, help them soar to greater heights. My question to you is, who is your coach? Who are you listening to? Who is changing or delaying your success? Is someone helping you reveal your true ability or keeping you suppressed? Speaking of ability, I would like to end this conversation with a story of a bird that had the ability to speak 5 different languages. That's right, a bird that can speak 5 different languages. A man heard this weird talking bird and started a worldwide search. He had a desire to add this bird to his museum-like collection. After researching this bird for many months, he stopped in an exotic pet store to ask for more information. And there, in that pet store, he found that rare bird. He told the owner of the shop that he had additional travel, but to please send the bird to his home in 2 days. The shopkeeper agreed, and the gentleman excitedly paid for the very expensive bird and left for the rest of his journey. Looking forward to seeing the bird upon his return home. Upon arriving at home, he asked his wife if the bird had arrived, and his wife replied, "Yes, the bird has arrived." He said, "Where is it?" And she said, "In the oven." And the man said, "What? That was a one-of-a-kind bird that could speak 5 different languages." And his wife said, "Well, why didn't it speak up?" See, this rare bird had the ability to change his life, but it did not use it. Everyone has the ability to build wealth, become financially independent, and improve our personal financial situation. We must use our special gifts, God-given talents, knowledge, and abilities, or we could lose all of our special gifts and die broke. So what I want everyone to know is that life has choices and is filled with decisions. You see, I became rich when I realized that I had the power to control my own destiny by the choices and decisions that I personally made. You see, you have a choice every day to redirect the path of your life. If you live paycheck to paycheck and have been doing so for a while, then that is your choice, because you can choose to take advantage of the different opportunities out here to get you out of that situation. So if you want to change your life, let's examine what life is. Life is a series of decisions. If you're unhappy with the results in your life right now, and you believe your life is bad, then that is probably a result of you making some bad decisions. If you want a better life, you have to start making better decisions. So the life you have today is a sum total of the decisions that you have made. So decisions you make about any of your information here to pursue this opportunity could be a decision that drastically affects the rest of your life. 5 years ago, if I didn't make a decision just like this one to seek out and understand different opportunities, today I would still be broke, busted, and disgusted. Read through the rest of the content on this page. Enter your information on the left and find out what amazing opportunities are waiting for you. And the good news is you are already a millionaire. You have just not been paid yet. Get with me and let's go to the bank. God bless and good luck in your endeavors.
Now that you have received this good news, what are you going to do with it? Are you ready to change your life? Are you ready to do something different? If so, fill out your information to the left and someone will contact you to help you get started. Welcome to the first day of the rest of your life.